So today we're making some beautiful luxury paper purses. Let's get into it. So of course we start off by purchasing our file. I found it on Etsy for $4.99. It's real simple and easy. So you're going to purchase, then it's going to give you your receipt. You're going to download, then we're going to head over to Design Space to start the process. So we're going to be in a blank canvas here. You're going to click on Upload, go to Upload Images, Browse. Then you go to your downloads and find your file. It looks like this right here. You're going to click Open. Then you just click on Continue. Right here is where you edit. There's nothing to edit except if you want to change the name of the product. I'm going to put luxury bag. And then tags is if you want to search for it in your uploads under other names. So bag, purse. You don't need to do this, but you get it if you choose to. Now, upload. Then it comes here. We don't need to change the size. We're in Design Space. This is the exact size to fit a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So we need to ungroup a few things. Then we need to change some of the settings. Real simple. It's going to be really quick, and then group them back. So we're going to select it, right click, click on ungroup, and that just ungrouped these right here. So we're going to leave those there. We're going to click on this again and ungroup. And it separated this little one right here. So we're going to focus on this right now. So you see on the right side here, you're going to click the arrow to give us the drop down. So this is the cutout shape, and this is the two lines that are right here. So just select those two lines. We're going to go over to the top left to operations, click the drop down button, and we're going to change this here to score. Then you're going to highlight the entire thing and go down to the bottom right and click attach. So that's telling the machine to score the lines on this cutout. If you don't attach it, the machine will think you're scoring a separate sheet of paper, then cutting a separate sheet of paper, right? Now right here, these are grouped together. You're going to right click and then ungroup. So we have this piece here, you just move it over. And then this right here, we're going to do the same thing on the drop down. And all of the lines are grouped together. So that's what I love about this file. Sometimes people create the files and each score line is separate on the larger piece. This one wasn't. You can click it and see each individual, but she does have it grouped together, right? So we're going to go back up to operations, change to score. And you see how the dotted line changed, right? You're going to highlight the entire thing, then go down here and attach. Now that's it. You're going to cut this in the color that we want. This is going to be gold metallic cardstock that you can get from my website, thecraftprintshop.com. Then you're going to save your file. We'll just do luxury purse. Save it so you don't have to keep making these changes over and over. Now you're going to select the machine you're using. I'm going to use the Cricut Maker 3. Now when it comes to scoring, there's a scoring stylus and there's a scoring wheel. The scoring stylus works in all of the makers and explore machines, but the scoring wheel is only for makers. The difference is it's a deeper score, and then when you're using the scoring wheel, it goes in the same slot as your blade. So you have to take out your blade, put in the scoring wheel, score, remove the scoring wheel when it's done, put back in the blade, and then have it cut. It takes a little bit longer, but it's a deeper score line. So we're going to send to make. And you see everybody is on their respectable sheet of paper. And there we go. Just press continue. Okay, and then you choose your material. Depending on what you're cutting, maybe a heavier cardstock, 140 pounds is fine. I'm stubborn and I just keep using the same default that I use, either poster board or craft board, which I would honestly say would be too thick, too heavy of a setting, and it scratches your mat. But I just like to make sure it goes through. I don't know. But anyway, So like heavier watercolor paper would be a good selection. And then if you're cutting this on metallic, I do suggest a heavy setting like craft board, poster board, or glitter cardstock. So let's cut. So we have all of our pieces, our large purse, the tag, the strap that goes around, and then our hardware, which is on the gold metallic. Now, one edge is straight, one edge is curved. You're going to match it up. The end of the long piece is curved, and that straight piece goes on the inside. So what I do is I take my left hand, like a finger, and press down, and I keep my finger there when I remove the gold piece just to let me know where I'm going to start putting the glue. Also, you see I'm putting the glue onto the brown piece, not the metallic, with a glue pen, because sometimes you might press too hard with the glue pen and you'll see the indentation on your metallic cardstock. Now, the way that it came out, it was a lot for this little piece. So that's why I use my finger to press and kind of dissolve some of the glue so it doesn't run when I press it down. Now, you have to be very careful with your metallic. If your finger touches the glue, make sure that finger does not touch your metallic cardstock. You will see every smear and smudge on there. So what I usually do, I'll have a microfiber cloth with me when I'm using metallic cardstock. And instead of just pressing down with my finger, I just keep the microfiber cloth on the top, press down, and I'm smoothing it out because I'm just cleaning it off as well. Because the microfiber cloth can clean your imperfections. But if it's glue and it's real sticky on there, usually that does not come off. Or if you do wipe it, it'll just smear and you'll see it all over your project. So that one side is done. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And that's done. So now we're going to work on the little tag that goes on the side. Now, remember, we scored 2 lines on the inside. I'm going to bring a little closer for you to see. There's a single and a double scoring wheel, and it really doesn't matter which one you use. I ended up using the double scoring wheel. So you can just fold them in half exactly where it tells you to do it. You can use a folding bone or the edge of something just to make it sharp if you want. I just bent it with my fingers. Now, when I first put it together, I was assuming that was at the top. I have no idea why. It's not. It's the little lock piece you're going to flip over. That's going to be the piece on the top. And then you're going to glue the gold hardware onto that, just like we did with the first 2 pieces. It's just going to be sped up real quick. Now we're going over to our folds. We're going to start with the top pieces. You're going to fold it and you want a sharp edge. So I couldn't find my folding bone, so I just use a plastic knife just to press down and make sure that all your folds are sharp. It's going to help with the structure of the bag and help it to stand up on its own as well. So now you have the 2 side edges. You're going to fold them down and again, use whatever you can. But I would say sometimes you use some things and like if it's rubberish, don't use that because it'll rub off on your cardstock and you don't want to see any residue from whatever you're using. So use something like plastic. You can even use your little spatula, your little Cricut spatula. Now on the inside, you see those 2 score lines that's going straight down. We're going to fold those, but we're going to stop right at the fold that we had there. We're not going to make it all the way to the end to the triangle piece, just from edge to edge right there. So you're going to do it on both sides and then stop. Now, you see the corner? This corner here, I would say it's a little tricky if you're not used to putting these kind of things together. So it folds in and then folds out. You see right there? So you're going to bend that little piece. And the thing is, don't straighten it out until you have those folds all together. Then you can grab whatever tool you're using to flatten them out. But be very careful because this is how we're going to get the purse to fold in properly on the sides. And you just follow the guidelines. Straighten it out. So it's making like a little triangle. You see that there? I'm going to give you guys a closer look of how it actually is supposed to look once you're folding it. But once you get it, you can kind of start seeing the structure of how the side of the bag is going to look. So this is a closer angle. So you see what I'm talking about? You bend it in and then out
So you want it to be able to fold in like that. And then the purse will be able to come up at the two sides. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so that's why y'all see me struggling a little bit. And now we're back to that top view, and I'm just going to repeat the folds on the other side, one side and the other. Then we're going to get that long strap that we put together. You're going to feed it through the slit in the back of the purse. You're going to go in and then come back out the other direction, right? Then you're just going to pull it across just to make sure it's evenly centered, right? And then close the purse, and that middle flap is going to go through the handle. Now, I would have had a better angle for you guys while I assembled, but I had another camera down on the side getting that closer angle, only to find out that it wasn't recording. So I apologize, y'all. So now that you have that through the flap, I'm just straightening the top piece. Now you're going to bring one of the handles around to the front, and then you're going to tuck that same flap that we put through the handle of the bag. I said handles. That is not a handle, but y'all know what I'm saying. The strap from the back, you're going to pull it to the front and just thread through that little piece right in there. Now, that sounds confusing, but I know y'all see what I'm doing. Just bring that around and tuck it in, and both pieces are getting tucked into the same middle flap, okay? Now, that's it. Don't glue anything. Now, for the little lock, it's the same thing. It just wraps around one handle on the top of the purse, and then you're going to tuck it behind the piece we just wrapped in the front, just so that it holds it still and we don't have to put any glue, any adhesive or anything. It just sits and holds just like that. As you can see, you see me turning it to the camera. Camera's not even working. So now y'all get a closer view of how cute these purses came out. And of course, I had to give y'all the nice angles. So again, guys, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and I'll see y'all for the next tutorial.